Hello, everyone, and peace of Christ, all of you. Please invite your friends and let us have some good time together and share education as usual. Now, as you know, we supposedly discuss having a debate with the sheikhs from London, but we are not sure yet if they are joining us or not. I see Yaqub is online. I will call him, and I hope his sheikhs or his teams are ready. Hello?
Oh, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you doing, Yaqub?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. Did you get your sheikhs ready, my friend?
Okay, so I thought it was 4:30, but anyways, I've spoken to him yesterday.
Yeah.
Long story short, he's unwilling to debate, which is very unfortunate.
Do you remember what I told you?
Yes, that they're not going to be willing to debate.
Yeah, they knew who I am, right? This is why they refused, right?
No, I didn't mention who you were.
Really?
Yeah, really. What I did was I asked them the questions I asked you yesterday.
Yeah.
And I said to them that I spoken to a Christian, and he told me this. And I said to them that he wants to have a conversation with you tomorrow at 4:30. They said no, they're not willing to do this. They said they would ask around. I'm not too sure if that's the case, to be honest.
All right. Well, what we can do, I mean, we cannot force people to come and debate us, but we would like to have somebody have knowledge, maybe, because you know what usually Muslims they do say that I debate people who do not know, and when we challenge the sheikhs, they don't show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what I've gone to do is actually so there's two things I've done in the meantime. I've looked at one of the books of Ibn Kathir, Al-Sir al-Nabawi, if you know this book, to check if the mention of Khadija's wedding is there. And I'm not sure if you read the book, but it is mentioned there actually. Yeah. So.
Well, you know, I mean, do you think really that I am going to send you a link, Musnad Ahmad, even the Muslims, they have audio for it. And I mean, you can type 2 minutes in Google, Prophet Google, peace be upon him, and he will get you the answer. So, I mean, it's going to be embarrassing. And it's going to be, first, I'm a Christian, you know, and I'm forbidden to lie. Secondly, you know, lies are very short. The rope of a lie is very short. It doesn't matter how you try to extend it. People will find out, right? So there's no point of saying a lie to you, and then you will find that this is not a true. And then what? Then I will lose your respect, and I will lose the argument, and what I accomplish nothing, right? There's no point. So we will not mention anything unless we are sure. So what do you think, Yaqub? You can get us anyone else replacing those people who can somebody have knowledge, or everybody retreat?
Well, I'm going to ask around, to be honest. This is what I'm going to do.
All right.
I think that's correct. But at the same time, have you heard of a channel called Islam QA before? They come in at they're on TV. I'll send you the information, but they come in at 12 o'clock.
You see, I called the Dean Show before, you know, and
the Dean Show.
Yeah, they did not let me go. Actually, I have it recorded. I posted on YouTube. You know, they have a preset people to call and preset questions. You know, so like it's not like now I do not know who's going to call me. They have a questions already. It is made. They made someone of them calling what it's called TV, and supposedly they are going to answer the one who's caller. And the Dean Show, actually, they don't even receive calls, you know, because when I call, they did not let me go through. And the guy, Yusuf Estate, you know, he have a cell phone. Have you ever heard of a TV have a cell phone? You're answering by cell phone. And nobody hear what he is saying, and nobody hear, I mean, who is calling, and nobody hear the voice of a caller. And Yusuf Estate, he said, yes, brother, okay, we will answer you. But what is the question? Who was talking there? Nobody knows. And I tried to call them. They did not let me go. They, right away, they figure out my voice. So
okay,
anyway,
well, what I will do is this. I will do one thing then. I will call tomorrow at 12 o'clock, and I will ask them the 3 questions, and I will also ask them to give us a good reason why that they're refusing to speak to you.
Yeah, and you
we'll do
can
this.
tell them all what you need to do. If you don't want to call, like maybe they feel like they are higher than us, we are lower than them, no problem. We are humble people. You just give me your Skype, I will call you. I will call you myself, you know, no problem.
Yeah,
what I want just people willing. So we want people who knew that we are going to debate them, and they knew what the topic, you know, it's about Islam, and they are willing to do it. Then I will call them. Otherwise, I don't want to, like, if I know now a sheikh phone number, I'm not going to call him, you know. I will not, because this is not right. I mean, people, they have their private life, you know. Unless it is like, okay, now we have a program, whoever want to call us, etc. And it's a different story. But my experience with Muslim programs, they don't really take calls. They have a preset questions, like Zakir Naik. Zakir Naik, he's standing the stage. The sister there is asking question. Sister, I'm going to answer you. You know, I don't know if you remember once Zakir Naik, they asked him, they're supposedly a woman. She asked, how come Muslim women, she will not get virgins, you know, like the Muslim man.
Yeah.
So Zakir Naik, he said to her, and you can go find the video, he said, brother sister, he asked you a question. How come a Muslim woman, she will not get virgin? First of all, the word hur is a plural word. It's a female and male. So sister, inshallah, you will get hur. Hur suddenly is male too. I mean, the Quran says, يَطْمُثَهُنَّ جِنٌّ إِنسٌ وَلَا جَانٌ. There's nobody from human or genie made them intercourse and have made them bleed, right?
Yeah, no, hur are females for sure.
Females, go watch the video, and he says to her, hur is not a male, it's not a female, it's for both. So inshallah you will get hur. And all the Muslims will, wow, look at the answer, Allahu Akbar. You know, I mean, so what I can say, I mean, my friend, if those are their scholars, and this is their top scholars in TV show, you know, I mean, what about the, if this is the knowledgeable one? You know?
So let me ask you this. You know, in Islam, the Prophet is the best of example, right? This is what we're told. I want to understand from your perspective, what is the reason why you're not a Muslim? Because you're obviously well-read in Islam. You clearly are educated. So I want to know why you're Muslim.
First of all, Yaqub, what does the word Muslim mean?
Someone who submits.
That's not true. The word Muslim means someone he surrender. So a man, he come to us with his army, and he says, surrender or die. You know, surrender or die. If you go to the Quran, just to prove my point to you, now we know that Muhammad, he ordered the Muslims, to fight the Christian, the Jews, the Arab, etc. And he said to them, if they surrender, which means they become Muslims, don't kill them. If the Christian, in the case of the Christian and the Jews, because he want money and income, he says if they pay jizya, don't, jizya, pay money, you can worship any god you want. But if you go in the Quran, as an example, the Arab, they said, we believe, we believe. Muhammad, he said to them in chapter 49, verse number 14, don't say we believe, say we surrender. The translation, they use the word submit, like in Yusuf Ali, but the truth is, it says we surrender. And here Muhammad is saying that you, Arab, you say we believe. Say, don't say we believe, say we become Muslims. Now you tell me, Yaqub, how somebody, you are telling him you can say you are a Muslim, but he don't believe?
Islam requires full compliance, right? Which requires more than just action itself.
No.
Sorry, more than just belief itself. Yes.
No.
So prayer.
The verse in front of you. Here we go. Chapter 49, verse number 14. Read it. All what you need to do, you don't have to believe at all. Believe never.
Sorry. It says here the Bedouins say, we believe. Say, you believe not, you only say. We have surrendered in Islam, for faith has not yet entered our hearts. But if you obey Allah and His Messenger, He will not decrease anything in reward for your deeds. Verily, Allah is all forgiving, most merciful.
Exactly. The translation here
Right.
is not correct, but let me fix it. The Bedouin, Al-Arab, the Arab, you know, and all
Yep.
Arab are Bedouin anyway. We believe. They say what they say. We say we believe. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. He said to them, don't say we believe, but you say we are Muslims. The surrender here is translation for the word aslamna. Qulu aslamna. I know you do not know much Arabic, but I think you can read it, right?
Yeah, but sorry. Just give me 1 sec. Let me just reread it one more time.
Hmm.
Say, you believe not. Only say, we have surrendered.
Hmm.
Okay. For faith has not yet entered your heart.
Hmm.
Okay, so is he saying here? Is it saying here that the Prophet is supposed to say to them, don't say you believe, because you haven't fully surrendered?
No, he should say, don't say we are Muslims. He said to them, you are not a believer, but you are a Muslim. He says, read carefully, my friend. Arabic is so clear. You know, the Arab, they said, amanna, we believe. Say to them, lam tu'minu, you did not believe. ولكن قولوا أسلمنا. But you should say, we become Muslims.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
So look what happened now. Do I need to be a believer to follow the God of Islam? No. Muhammad obviously is a gang man. All what he needs, you know, people, they surrender to him and his gang grow. You know, you don't care if you believe or not, just obey me. If you obey me, the verse saying clearly, if you obey Allah and His Messenger, you are fine. Believe or don't believe, who care? So, and this is how Islam grow. Who care if they believe or not? Conquer the city. Everybody, die or live. What do you want? Say we are surrendering. You know, this is why the Quran says the chapter of Al-Fatah. You know, when the victory came, the people, they enter into Islam by waves. Correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So why did it not enter into the religion before the victory, before the war? It's a war, you know. So when the war, when Muhammad was victorious by war, then people, they enter into religion by waves, by tens of thousands. There's no believers. Nobody is a believer.
No. But sorry, that's not really fair thing to say.
Here we go. The chapter of victory, Al-Nasr, you know.
No. I don't dispute that. You're right. People did become Muslims in waves after Islam became victorious militarily. This is true. But you have to remember that back in those days, even with Christianity as well, when for example, the Roman Emperor, when he became Christian, everyone else became Christian. Pretty much. When the Ethiopians
no, my friend, let me help you.
And that was normal.
No, that's not true. That's not true. It's not true. You see, Christianity was spreading so fast inside the Roman Empire. Even though the Roman, they were killing Christians as killing cats and dogs, and you know that, correct?
Yep, that's true.
And now, because the Christianity is spreading, Christianity was able to arrive to the royal family. It's not because the Christianity was not there, and then suddenly the one king, he become a Christian, and then everybody become a Christian. Already, Christianity is all over the place.
No. But what I'm saying is that back in those days, and this is
my friend, I understand. The king, he, you know, and this will have a huge influence, and this is happening right now. You know, you see somebody, he worship an actor, and the actor become a Muslim. He say, okay, I'm going to become Muslim, or he want to be a Christian. So people who love this actor, they say, oh, Christianity must be good because people are me. But this is not what happened with Christianity. Christianity spread all over, not by sword. And even the Constantine, the king, who became a Christian, he did not carry a sword. He says, if you don't believe in me, I'm going to kill you all. He became a Christian. That's it. You know? But it was already Christianity all over the place. Christians, they have established churches.
But that's not true. The Christians did destroy the temples. They started to abuse the pagans. This is well documented.
Well, this is well documented by who?
By historians.
Okay, where did they start discriminating? Can you show me? Where exactly that happened?
Let me pull up the sources. Bear with me a second.
Which country, which cities, which...
Predominantly Egypt and Greece.
Well, you know, I cannot confirm or deny because I have no idea about it. However, this is not Christianity teaching anyway. You know, this is not Jesus, and this is not the disciple. Everybody knows that Christianity, Jesus, he says, if people refuse you, you know, clean the dust from your sandals and leave them, you know. So if Christians, they do such a thing, this is not really Christianity. People might do bad stuff.
No, no, I'm not saying that, you know, Christians are doing this, but what I'm trying to say is that, you know, I hear you often say that Muslims are blah blah.
You see, when I talk about Muslims, I'm talking about the teaching of Muhammad. When somebody says to me, ISIS is not Islam, this is a lie. But if I say, let us say for sake of argument, we have a Christian ISIS. But this is for sure is not Christianity, correct? Because Christianity is what Jesus taught.
So when people were going out and, you know, colonial period, and
my friend, the colonial period, nobody is not about. It's not about Christianity. You know, the kings are searching for gold and silver, etc., and then missionaries go with them. That's all. It's not, the purpose is not really Christianity. Those all those kings, they were corrupt. All of them, they are fornicators. So how in the world they are going to spread Christianity? They are looking for a new land to suck the blood of those people there. That's all. But then the missionaries, they come with them, and they spread the Christianity. They take it as an advantage. Like now, you know, the American, they went to Afghanistan. They found opportunity, but the American army is not a Christian missionary army, you know. But the missionaries, because now it's secure for them to go and open churches, and tens of thousands of Afghani, they become Christians. So, but this is not the army doing that work. This is missionary. People who have no arms, no weapon. You know, me and you go to the country because now we can go. So
yes, but before we go back to Islam, because I think we should focus on Muhammad and Islam. But before we go back to this, you do know the history of Christian missionaries in Africa, especially, right? It's very horrific.
Well, this is people, they make horrific things, but this is not a Christian missionary history. This is not true, because a Christian missionary is a person who followed Christ and he followed the Bible. That's absolutely false. The first missionaries is the one who went to Ethiopia and Egypt, and it was one person. Just one person.
I'm not talking about the beginning.
Hey, my friend, so this is a Christianity. Anything else is not Christianity. You know, if a person is a filthy, he is filthy. I can claim to be a bishop, but I am a child molester. What does this have to do with Jesus? Christianity is people following Jesus. Anything else is not. So Christianity is a faith spread around the world before any king convert, by individuals, not by army. The disciple of Jesus, they were individual. Jesus never had an army. Every individual went to a place, and then that place accepted the Christianity. But claiming that there's an army went to that place, well, all those armies, they are going there for a purpose, and the purpose usually is money, is business, is a glory of a king, is not a glory of God. None of them care really for God. And the proof, you know, wherever they go, they take whatever is there. You know, they go to, you know, like now, even when empire like America or China or the Russian, they are trying to explore the space. Is that the purpose? Is it really science? No. The purpose is who can reach first to something valuable, discover it, and take it. You know.
Yeah.
The appearance is science, but the reality is, it's a big investment. It's very costly project, but hoping that we will be the first one to take. So if we find an Earth in different space, you know, if the Americans find the Earth, they will claim it for themselves, and that will be the new America. The same as the kings of Spain and the king. But you notice here that your prophet was supposedly sent by God. And your prophet is the one who told his followers, you are the best man sent, the best people ever sent to mankind, right?
Yes.
In chapter 3, verse 110. But what was the purpose? The purpose is to enslave everybody and bring them with the chains. Is that correct?
To enslave people?
Yeah.
And bring them to the
chains. The excuse is, we want to save them from fire. You know, this is the excuse of Muhammad. Why he want to enslave everybody? Well, we want to save you from. This is the hadith. This is from Sahih al-Bukhari. You are the best of people ever raised up for the benefit, and between two brackets, for the benefit, look at the benefit of mankind. Chapter 3, 110. Here explanation by your prophet saying, the best for mankind are those who bring them with chains around their necks till they embrace Islam. Is that what Jesus said to the Christian missionaries? Go and bring people to accept me by putting chain around their necks? Is that what he said to Peter and to Paul and to John? Is that the order of Jesus?
I don't know if he said that, but he for sure did not forbid slavery. I can tell you that.
My friend, you are mixing things up. First of all, no, Jesus, he forbade slavery. How he forbade slavery? He never owned a slave. And if Jesus is the one we follow, and Peter never owned a slave.
Can I ask you to...
My friend, all the disciples of Jesus, my friend, hold on. All the disciples of Jesus, they never owned slaves. And they are our best examples. And then you need to ask yourself, why in the time of slavery, they don't have slaves? Everybody owns slaves. Jesus, he raised people from death.
But was he not from, was he and his disciples not poor?
We
all know
well, Jesus is the last one can be poor, and I will tell you why. I am the person who raised people from death. How I can be poor? So he is poor because he doesn't accept money, but he can accept money. Imagine you are raising people from death. You are making the blind see. You know, I mean, how many people now, if imagine you have a clinic, no one entered the clinic, he don't get out perfectly healthy. How much money you will make?
No, you make a lot of money, but you said that the Bible... Okay, can I ask you to open up 1 Peter 2:18 and share that on the screen, please?
You tell me, what about it?
It says, slaves, be subject to your masters with reverence.
So?
Not only in those who are good and equitable, but also those who are preserved.
And?
So it's there. It's not condemning.
But he's talking, okay, you just noticed that he is talking to Christians. So those are Christians enslaved, and they did not choose to be slaves, and he don't want them to use violence to free themselves. Be obedience. So you are misunderstanding the difference between we are promoting slavery, and we are asking the Christian not to shed blood to get their freedom. Christianity, everybody knows, teach peace and teach love. So be obedience, and those are the one he's talking to are not Muslims. Those are Christians, because who is going to read this and listen to this and obey this? The Christians, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So he is not not siding with the master against them. He is telling them that Christianity, we as a Christians, we are against violence. You know, that's all. He is not approving slavery. They are already slaves. Don't make chaos and shed blood, and usually at the end the slaves is the losers. As an example, you know what happened to Sawrat al-Zinj in Basra in Iraq?
No, what happened?
You can search it right now. Hundreds of thousands of black people, not 10, 20. I mean, the whole area, there's no white people live there, only black African slaves. So the Muslims, they start bringing slaves, and the whole territory of Al-Basra become a slave territory, and they have their own city. What they do, they bring them there, they force them to do irrigation work, farming work, and the Arabs sit home, and they eat, and they sell the product, and the slave, even the one who sells, is the slave themselves. But the slaves became big in number, to the point they become the whole, tens of kilometers, thousands of kilometers are full of slaves. So they made the revolutionary. And what happened then? All the Arab, the white ones, united, the Muslims. Right now there's 0 black people in Iraq. You can go right now and search it in Google. It's called...
No, I don't deny that the Muslims...
No, my friend.
There's a very, very...
You see, there's a huge difference between...
Yeah.
Your prophet, he owns slaves. Do he?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He died and he still owns a slave. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. So how he can be against slavery? My Lord, he never owned one. He never have one. He never bought one. He never freed one. because simply
Yes,
he
but
don't have any.
he never condemned
No,
slavery.
you see, in Christianity, Jesus said, what the Bible teaches us, that in Christ there's no Greek, there's no Hebrew, there's no free, there's no slaves. All of us, we are equal. So what you are asking for, why Jesus did not free? Well, Jesus don't have an army, and Jesus cannot free anyone. And
But he can say
the
it's
one
wrong because
already he gave tons of examples of respecting life. And if you respect life, you don't own somebody else. You don't. If you respect life,
okay.
you know.
Let me ask you this. Exodus 21:20, it says, I know this is not from Jesus, but this is the Old Testament, and you accept this, right?
Right.
Okay. When a man strikes his slave, male or female, with a rod, and the slave dies under his hand, he shall be avenged. But if the slave survives a day or two, he is not to be avenged, for the slave is his money.
Yeah, but you know.
Okay, so that means that's his property.
But first of all,
That's
here,
fundamentally wrong. So
no. You see, we don't compromise this. We change our mind and we say, oh, we are with this and we are against that. If you go, we are going thousands of years by time. In the same time, Hebrew slaves, they give themselves, they offer themselves for years as a slave voluntarily. So you go to a person, you say to him, I want to be your servant. Slave here is a servant. It's not.
No, I'm not talking about Jewish slaves. I know there's a distinction between Jews owning other Jews and Jews owning non-Gentiles.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the non-Gentiles here.
Well, those non-Gentile usually they are coming from war. And because everybody's enslaved the Jews, so if you say to the Jews, you cannot enslave your enemies, then that will be a really horrible mistake, because simply those people are seeking survival. Remember, all the Jews, they've been taken as a slave, the whole nation, twice. And they've been enslaved for hundreds of years. Is that correct? Okay.
Yep.
So Moses, he have the law of eye for an eye. They enslave us, we enslave them. You treat us nice, we treat you nice. You take our land, we will attack your land. As simple as that. So the whole nation is under a slavery law. Everybody is practicing slavery. And you are asking the Jews to be as if they are coming from the city of Aflaton and live between the whole nations who believe in bloodshed, and saying to them, why you are not living like angels? Well, that will erase their race, and that will make them distinguished from this earth. So in order to survive in such atmosphere, there is a reason for what they practice. It was a solution of existence. It was not a solution for fun.
Okay, so that's fine.
My friend, listen. If we want to compare, I mean, Islam came long after Moses, right? And Muhammad, he came 600 years after Jesus, right?
Yep.
Okay. Jesus never owned a slave. His disciple never owned a slave. And that will set an example for a Christian to ask themselves, well, if they don't own slaves, why we should have slaves? Obviously, he do what is right, and he don't do. If something he did not do, obviously it is wrong. If Jesus did not commit adultery, even if he never spoke against adultery, well, still obviously adultery is wrong. If Jesus never commit theft, but he did not commit theft, obviously theft is wrong. So not everything Jesus have to say in order to know it is right or wrong. There's many things Jesus did not say, but we know it's wrong. Simply, Jesus was holy, and holy is what he did. We check what he did, we find none of it is about slavery, none of it about theft, none of it about money. And Jesus is the one who taught us, when you pray, go to the closet. I mean, what a big deal if you pray in the street or you pray. No, when you pray, go to your closet, which means a small room, close your door, and this is between you and your Father, the one who created you. So when we pray, even the prayer, if the purpose of it is to be known, it is sin. But Jesus did not say, he did not make a statement saying praying in public is sin, But he told us that there's many people do such a hypocrisy act, hypocrisy. So Jesus always, he spoke to us in parable. There's many things he said, many things he did not say, but still it is there. And the reason of that, as an example, the Jews, they come to Jesus and they say to him, shall we pay tax to Caesar? I mean, what does this have to do with Jesus? You know, pay tax to Jesus, to Caesar. But the Jews are trying to, let us say, to find a reason for they want to get rid of this man, you know. Let us say, if he say, yeah, then the people will hate him. If he say no, the Roman will arrest him.
Yep.
So this is in front of the Roman. Well, did Jesus say pay to Caesar? You know, no. Did he say to them, obey Caesar? Not even once. What he said to them, he says, show me the coin in your pocket. The coin have the image of Caesar. What Jesus said to them, well, give what to Caesar. You are asking me if we should pay tax to Caesar, yet you carry the money of Caesar, like the ISIS now, Al-Qaeda, their favorite money is dollar. You know, but yet the American are the kuffar. Well, if they are the kuffar, why you carry their money? You know, why their money in your pocket? Why it's your favorite money in the bank? So there is many things Jesus he was avoid actually, let's say, saying, because he knew that this community is not ready to take it. You know, Jesus is a revolution of a humanity, but he don't want to bloodshed because of his teaching.
Yes, but from what you're saying here, you basically make Jesus sound like a coward. To be quite honest,
you can understand it as you wish, because Jesus, if you say to me now, somebody is coming to kill me and Jesus did not defend him, you can say he's a coward, but this is not what Jesus taught. So your understanding can be like that. Our understanding is different, because Jesus, the one who has power over death, the one who can persuade kings, you know, if I promise a king, you die, I will make you alive again. This king, all in his army, will promise me victory forever, protect me forever, you know. So Jesus did not take advantage of what the power he have. So how he can be a coward? By being humble, by being not a person. When Peter, he took his sword and he cut the ear of the soldier. Jesus, he shouted at him. He says, "What are you doing?" The one who take by the sword will be taken. So he will go. He have his men. They are willing to die for him. And obviously they were able, I mean, the one who cut the ear, he will cut the neck, right? So Jesus, and Jesus, he put the ear in its place. So Jesus, if he is a coward, then he will hide behind his men and let him die, let them all die in order to save him. This is your prophet.
But did they not run away? Wait. What do you mean this is my prophet?
Your prophet, you run away.
And when?
Okay, isn't it you Muslim you claim that Muhammad, he asked his cousin Ali to sleep in his bed so he can run away from Quraysh?
Okay, to Medina, yes.
Okay, isn't it this is an act of cowardness? Because not only this, he is risking a child. Ali at that time was a boy. He's asking a child to sleep in his bed. Those people will enter the bed and he ordered him to cover himself.
Can you just pull up the reference again? Sorry, I just want to...
you can search it. I mean, you are a Muslim. You don't know. I mean, you know the story, right?
Sorry. Huh? Yeah, I know the story.
Yeah, so, I mean, we do not need to waste time. But this is an act of cowardness, because I am asking a child to die so I can run away. You know? Jesus, he knew when they are going to come to arrest him. This is what the Bible teaches, right? Even the Quran says that Jesus can tell you what you had in your houses. He can tell you what you ate. So Jesus, he knew even what you in your mind. So Jesus, he knew, even Jesus told them that in this moment, one of you will deny me. This one will deny me 3 times, you know. So, and this is exactly what happened. So Jesus knew exactly the time, the date, the moment, what people even will do, who will stand with him, who will not. And then he did not run. Imagine you're telling me that your enemy are coming now. And
no, Jesus, okay, but how about his disciples? Did not Peter deny him 3 times?
Yeah, but this is the weakness of a human being. But Peter himself, he stood to defend Jesus too. You know, people they do sin. People they have fear. People they etc. But people they repent too, and people they do what they think it's right. And even when Peter he decided to defend, Jesus refused that. You know, it was not the right act from Peter, because he did not ask him to do so. So in order to understand the Messiah, my friend, you need to understand that all the message of the Messiah is, to love, not to hate, to build, not to destroy, and to have peace, not to do bloodshed. So when we speak about slaves, we are not against the slaves to be freed. We don't own slaves, or we should not own slaves. But in the same time, if those slaves try to free themselves or disobey, what will happen to them? So this teaching was for their benefit, not for the benefit of the master. And how long after Christianity, after Peter, it took the slavery to be demolished? Long time. So imagine if you say to them at that time, well, disobey your master, okay? So simply, it was an advice to live, not an advice to die.
Okay, so if we can
which year in America slavery was stopped? I mean, we are talking about now. We are not talking about in the time of Jesus, right? So my friend, so imagine at that time you try to be free, and what will happen to you? Obviously, the society is not ready, and slavery is very popular. It's a normal thing to do. It's evil, it's ugly, it's disgusting, but they do it, and it's there, exists for thousands of years. So Christians are people who live between those people. They are not coming from the moon.
Okay, but just to be clear, from your perspective, you believe slavery is not allowed in your religion, right?
I told you, like in the Old Testament, it was allowed for a reason.
No, but I mean now.
No, it's not. Where it says, where it says allowed? Can you show me? Go ahead.
No, but the better question is, where does it say you're not allowed? Because it clearly says,
my friend, if our best example is Jesus, then it's not allowed. We Christian, Jesus said, "Be holy like your Father. Don't be greedy. Don't seek your own glory." All of this is a person, a human being, is trying to abuse somebody else. How Jesus says, "Love your enemy," and you are taking the life of somebody and the freedom of somebody and making him a slave. How that works?
Because I'll tell you why. Because Jesus did not come to change the old book.
No, you see, Jesus, he said, "I came to complete," which means it's not completed. So Jesus, when he said, as an example, Jesus, he said, "It says to you, eye for an eye," correct? But I say to you. So when you say he did not want any change, well, obviously, eye and eye exists for a reason. And now the reason Jesus here, and Jesus, he came in here to make things perfect. So it being said to you, eye for an eye, but I say to you, and you will see what he says to you is different from eye to an eye, right? So love your enemy, pray for those who curse you, etc. And this is a huge difference between what was and what Jesus, brought to us. But we understood.
No, but you see, sorry to interrupt, but I think you're misinterpret that, because you're referring to Matthew 5:38, right? When he says, "You have heard that it was said, eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, but I tell you, do not resist an evil person." But if you look at Matthew 5:17, he does say that, "Do not think that I've come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish, but to fulfill them." So if you read this, I mean, the Old Testament does not abolish slavery.
My friend, no. You see, you are making it very limited. We just showed you an example. If Jesus, he said, it's a book, it's not a sentence. If Jesus says it's been said to you, an eye for an eye, and at the same time Jesus says, "I came not to abolish," but he just already said that I am completing the law. The law, it is a law, and I'm completing it. It was not complete. So I'm coming to you now, and I say to you, in this stage, you see, in the certain time, the children of Adam, they marry their sisters. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. And God, he approved that. Did God say it's sin?
No.
Okay. So why God did not say it is sin? Because, I mean, this is what they have. I mean, there is no, I created one Adam, one Eve. So obviously, the children will have their sisters as wives. So the law was the law, but the law of God in the time of Adam is not the same as the law in the time of Moses, not the same as the law in the time of Jesus. So God is not changing his law, The law is made for the man, not the man made for the law. As an example, the Jews been ordered to respect the Sabbath, correct?
Yep.
Okay, but obviously they have wrong understanding for the Sabbath. Jesus says to them, Sabbath was made for the man, not the man was made for Sabbath.
Yep.
But this is him who said to them, well, respect the Sabbath. But the Sabbath was made for the man. What does that mean? The Jews, they love money, until now nothing changed. So they want to work 7 days a week, and they want to use their servants to work for 7. Nobody take rest, especially the servants, you know. So the Sabbath was not made for God. God, he don't care for your Sabbath. God, he do not need your Sabbath. You know, God do not need your donation too. And God, you do not need your prayer too. And God, who do not need your worship. You worship him, you don't, he do not need it. It's not about God, he needed. So the Jews, they made it as, the same as the Muslims, they made that rituals or acts or certain things to do, like prayer, they made it as if God, he needed. And if we don't do it, God is going to punish us. But all of this was for the benefit of the people, not like if you want to go and do poo-poo, you have to walk 100 etc. from the camp. What does this have to do with God? This is for the health benefit of the Jews. This is not God. Go do poo-poo in your bed. So there's a law was made for people to survive, and there is a law for people to love and to get high in their humanity, and that is Jesus. So when Jesus came, obviously it's a new era for mankind. Love your enemy. There's nobody says that before. To say that actually, 2,000 years ago, love your enemy. I mean, even now, what do you mean love your enemy? If Muslims and Christians agree to love their enemies, then you will not hate me, and then I will not hate you, correct?
Yep.
And then we will not have war. So here you see that Jesus, yes, he gave a law to the Jews before, in order to survive. Like here we go, the Amalek is attacking you, the same as, go and attack them. But this is what they did to you. They killed your children. They took, this is what even the Quran says in chapter 2, verse number 246. So those people, they attack. And now there is a prophet, and his name is Samuel. And, he told his people, if you go to war, you will not support me, and you will not do it, etc. And then the Quran take the story, put it in the Muhammad book, and he claimed this is from his God. God, he is condemning them for not fighting or doing the order of Samuel. But you notice here, it was for the sake of surviving. Jesus, when he come in a new era where the Roman is established empire. There's a parliament. You believe it or not? The Roman, they have a parliament. They have Congress. They have senators. They have police. It's a very well-established state, civil state, somehow. But still there's slavery, but as you see, slavery was here in USA not long time ago. Long after the Roman. So it is time for a new step of life. Before Jesus, the Jews, they live by the law. By Jesus, the people live by love. So love your enemy. Forgive the one who hit you on your cheek, give him the other one. That is new, right? That is totally new. What do you mean? What do you mean? Somebody hit me. Why I wanted him? How many people they can practice this? How many people they can handle it? How many people they can say, oh, you know what? I forgive you, brother. I just hit you in your face. You send me to forgive me. Actually, if you do that, you will see that the person, he will become ashamed of his behavior. People, they can label you as a coward, but people who understand that you are Christian, they understand that this is because you are a Christian, not because you're a coward. And
yeah, but what you're excluding here is that even in the New Testament, it does very clearly say, slaves, obey your earthly. I'm quoting
you
here.
see, you're just repeating yourself again as if I said nothing to you. Obey, no. My friend, obey, because simply if they don't obey, what will happen?
No, but if you, I see what you're saying here, but if you, the full verse says, obey your earthly masters with respect and fear and with sincerity of heart, just as you obey Christ.
Okay, and
that's you guys worship Christ.
Exactly.
So what is telling slaves to go and basically worship your slave owners, correct?
No, he is telling them because it's simply, you know, the slave owner in the time of the Christians, you need to read the timing too when they are talking. If this verse is written today, it's not going to be the same. They gave them a verse fit for the time in their living. Obey your master, because if you don't obey him, which means you obey him blindly, you don't even question their orders, because if you don't, they will make you, you know, ash. They can't sell you. You have no control. So there is one of two choices. Either you obey them the same as you obey Christ, as you say, which means you don't question what they say. You don't question their orders. You're just obedience, and you do. You are already slave. You know, it's not a choice. And the slaves already, they knew that. This is not new. We know that we have to do that. But what the Bible, what the disciple they are teaching them, we are not here to come in to make you. Let us make it clear. We are not here a revolutionary. We are not Robin Hood. We are peaceful believers. So the change will happen through the peaceful believer. We will change the mind and the heart of your master. But until that happened, you obey. If we try to force, they will kill you. The one who's talking himself, he have no power over anything. So his words is useless. At least for the pagans. Who is the one who listen to it? Is those who believe. So if you believe in Jesus, this is what we believe. We are not here coming to make Islam is not a Christianity, and Christianity is not Islam. Islam is a war, is an army, is a caliphate. Christianity is poor disciples going around with their sandals. They don't have an army and never establish one, and they do not need one. So they
was it designed to have an army? Just that I'm being honest. I genuinely don't know. But was it supposed to be a state or not?
No, the state of Jesus is not the state. Jesus, he says, my kingdom is not in this earth. You know, my kingdom is not here. This is the world here. You say, Jesus, he said, I am from above, you are from below. And the kingdom of God, which we are promised, is not a kingdom in, you know, in Hulunulu. So my kingdom is a new kingdom. It's not like any. But this is not a kingdom which you will see. It's not a king and soldiers and army. The army of God is his angels. And this is why Jesus, when he said, when Jesus, he come back, you see now Jesus speaking about love, right?
Yeah.
But Jesus in the second coming, there's no love no more. Why? Because it's time to collect. It's time to collect. Everybody have to pay for his crimes. It's time for justice. So I let you go, I let you live, whatever you want to do, do. You want to be good, you want to be bad, it's up to you. But when Jesus come, he come with the glory of his, in the cloud, with the glory, his glory and his angels. And then Jesus, he will say, bring them and slay them. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened here? Are you going to say to me now, Jesus, what happened to him? Like maybe he took some vitamin, he became suddenly a warrior of war? You know?
No, I see your point. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So bring them and slay them. And slay them. Why? Because now it is not the same as Jesus who came to them before. This is the Lord. He's coming with the glory now. Before he came as a humble man. Before he accepted to be in the cross. Before he accepted to be crucified, to be humiliated, to be called names. But now the story is different. Your time is up. You know, we gave you a chance. We gave you a chance. And, you know, that's it. This is judgment day. So the same Jesus who said, love your enemy. Now he don't love them, those people who they are sinners. The same Jesus who loved the sinners. He said, I came for the sick, not for the healthy. Right?
Yep.
Jesus gave an example. He says, if you have 100 or 1,000 sheep and one of them is lost, which one, what you do? You go after the one is lost. So Jesus is willing to leave the 1,000 and go after one to save. But Jesus in the second coming, he will not do that. It is going to be the opposite. The lost, they will be punished, severe punishment. And those who they were following him, those slaves who obey Jesus, those slaves who obey their masters, but the master will not go to heaven. You see? So the kingdom of Jesus is for those, this is why Jesus said, bless those who spread peace.
Yeah.
Okay? So the blessing will come to you when? Is it now? No. Here we go, they slave you. You're a slave. You're, you know, Christians. How many Christians the Muslims they slave? How many Jews? How many Christians the Muslims they enslave? You know? So, so based in the Bible, this is why you see when the Muslims they occupy Christian countries in the Middle East, Christian they did not make revolution. Why? Because that will make a bloodshed, and they were the majority. As an example, 4,000 Muslims they went to Egypt, and Egypt at that time, according to history, there were 4 million.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the 4 million Christian they can eat them alive, right? The church leaders, they refuse anyone to do any revolution. And actually, if one of the Coptic people try to resist, the church go against him. This is why the Muslims were able to take over and stay. Because the Christianity, the Christians, they are always worried about disobeying God and not to be true Christians. Which one is important for them? Earthly kingdom or heavenly salvation? So in order to understand Christianity, you have to understand what Jesus did and why the Christians, they did not, you know, make revolutions against Muslims. Until now, you go to any Islamic countries, you see Christians are the only one are trusted. They never betray anyone. They never betray a king, a Muslim king. They don't step you on your back. The one who step in the back is Muslims. Who is the one who killed the caliphate? Muslims. Who is the one? Who is the one who killed the grandsons of Muhammad? Muslims. Right?
Yeah, this is true.
At that time, those you know, like the grandsons of Muhammad, they don't have guards and they don't have etc. Well, a Christian who want to seek revenge, he can go and put a dagger in the heart of his daughter. He can.
Okay. So
they did not.
I think your explanation makes sense about the Bible. So let's just focus on Islam, if that's okay.
All right.
Okay. So the Prophet and Islam. What's your main problems?
First of all, is he a prophet? You just, you know, Yaqub, I respect you. You're a nice person. How in the world you say to me, what the problem with the prophet? Shouldn't he be a prophet first? I mean, okay. the guy, he come to us and he said the sun set in murky water. Here we go, he made a prophecy. How that make him a prophet? And the Jews, they came to him and they asked him, tell us about Zulqarnain. The guy, he took the trap. And they made him believe that Zulqarnain is a prophet. That's why he started talking about him as if he's sent by God. But Zulqarnain, Alexander the Great, is a bisexual. This guy is sick. He sleep with men and men sleep with him, and he sleep with women too. So how in the world this person became a prophet of Allah, and Allah sent him, and Allah gave him victory, and then he keep going until he found where the sun set. Where the sun set, Yaqub? Can you tell me?
Where the sun sets?
Yeah, where the sun set. Here we go. It says here, you know, حتى إذا بلغ مغرب الشمس. Until he arrived to the place where the sun set. Where is that?
Give me 1 second. Let me just look at Ibn Kathir. 1 second.
Ibn Kathir, remember, Ibn Kathir came 800 years after Muhammad, and he was trying to refute the Christian. At that time, Ibn Kathir is like YouTube today, you know. So he tried to fix it, you know. This is not the answer. If you want to get really an answer, get an answer from somebody who was close to the time of Muhammad, or Muhammad himself. You don't get an answer today from somebody, his name is Mimi Hijab. You get an answer from somebody, was in the time of Muhammad. They understand, you know, this is why we read what Peter say, not what a bishop say today, correct? Who care what bishop? I can be a bishop. Now I can say whatever I want, but people will not listen to me. Because who is the one who more close to understand is the one who was there, right?
Yep.
So when your prophet, he said, until he reached the sitting place of the sun, who was talking?
This is Allah talking.
Exactly. So Allah, supposedly, he became a news agent. And now he is going to tell us about Zulqarnain. This is why it says in verse number 83, and they ask you about Zulqarnain. Who is the one who asked him? And the Jews, as usual, they make fun of him. And they get him into a trap. Say, I shall recite to you something of his story. Okay, wonderful. Verily we established for him in earth. Suddenly Zulqarnain was victorious by Allah will. Why? Any Muslim can tell me why? Why Allah established for him victory? Because he's a Muslim. And then we gave him the means of everything. Who is the one who gave him? Allah. Who is the one who gave him the men to sleep with? Allah. Who gave him the men who sleep with him? Allah. Who gave him the soldiers? Allah. So everything is coming from Allah. And then he followed away. Okay. Until when he reached the sitting place of the sun. Where is that? The sun set everywhere. What do you mean until he reached the sitting place of the sun? Because simply, there's a story written by a guy. His name is, he have your name actually. His name is Yaqub. He's from Syria. He wrote a fiction story about Zulqarnain.
You mean is it the Jewish one?
No, no, no. This is a Syrian. This is a Syrian Christian from Syria. But this is a fiction story. It's like now you make a story. You put George Bush there, you know. But the story is not real. It's a movie, you know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this guy, he wrote a story about Zulqarnain, and in the story he built a dam. Muhammad, in the moment when they asked him, they could not answer. Then he asked. He found out about this story, and now he is copying that story, claiming that Allah is the one who told him. So he reached the sitting place of the sun. He found the sitting in a spring of a black, muddy water. Go, Yaqub. Help me. You're a prophet. You said to me he's a prophet.
Right. I just had a look at a hadith about Ibn Abbas asking about the same place of the sun. Okay. Okay.
So
yeah.
Are you still convinced that Muhammad is a prophet? What do you say to me? Why you don't? What the problem with Prophet Muhammad? Shouldn't he be a prophet first?
So what's your thoughts on the Quran? Do you think it's plagiarized, or what are you saying?
My friend, look at this. And then he found this, where the sun rise, you know. And not only that, like as an example, if I say to you, you know, you ask me a question. Those who slept in the cave, how many there are, Christian Prince? I will say to you, okay, because I don't know the answer. Some they say there are 3 and their dog is number 4. Some they say there are 5 and their dog is number 6. Some they say there are 6 and their dog is number 7. Some they say there are 7 and their dog is number 8. Some they say there are 9 and their dog is number 10. Some they come tomorrow. Some they say they are 10 and their dog is number 11. Some they say they are 11 and their dog is number 12. But shouldn't you tell us how many they are? We got it. We got it. Some they say, some they say, some they say. What do you say? The answer is Allah knows best. And not only that, to make it more bigger poo-poo, he says, few people know the answer. Look, what is the answer? Read it, chapter 18, verse number 22.
No, I can see that. But you see here, the point of the message is that the number is irrelevant.
No, my friend, no. The question is, no. You see, why the number is irrelevant? If you are, but then you are mentioning it. Why you are saying some they say 2 or 3 or 4 and their dogs? And secondly, what kind of Arabic this Arabic is? The Muslim, they say the Quran Arabic is perfect. I never heard of somebody saying they are 3 and their dog is the 4th. This is false. In Arabic, you don't say that, even in English, because dog is not a human. For the dog to be number 4, he have to be the same kind of the previous 3. Correct?
It's just like saying, for example, my family and including your dog as part of the family.
No, you can see, but you don't say we are, you know, you don't say, and we are 3. Like let's say you and your wife and your son, and the dog is number 4. That's not this is language. This is false, because the dog is not number 4, for he is number 1 between dogs. So if you are counting a human, You count a human. If you are counting apples, you count. You don't say 3 apples and 1 cat.
No, but the point is the moral of this. What the verse here is telling you very clearly is.
What is the moral? Hey, I'm listening. What is the moral?
I will. So it says, your Lord knows best the numbers, none but a few. So debate not about their numbers. That's exactly what we're doing because it's irrelevant, except with clear proof. Okay, and consult not any of them people.
First of all, where it says debate about the debate not.
Sorry.
Where it says.
It says there. So debate not about their numbers, except with clear proof.
No, it doesn't say debate. It says ولا تستفتي فيهم منهم أحدا, which means don't ask them. Allah knows. There's no debate. Don't ask them. لا تستفتي. Don't ask them. Allah knows best. Okay, so don't ask them. So what is the answer? Don't ask them. Ask Allah.
The relevance here is that the point of the story is, from my understanding, I'm not here trying to make up excuses, just to be clear. So the understanding of the story is that if you trust in God and you're God, what's the word? God conscious, then God will provide for you, just
Our
as
friend,
He did for.
If this is the purpose of this story, then he should not mention the number. He should not say some they say 2, some they say 3, some they say. He's saying there's 7, and actually this is a story, fiction story written by Christians about a bunch of youth. They were discriminated, and then they went to a cave. And actually, the story is very funny. You know, in Islam, it's dog is dirty, correct? So how the dog is with them?
But do you know that in Islam we believe that certain things were halal in the past, and then God forbid them?
No, dogs is dirty. It doesn't matter if you forbid them or not. Is it like the dogs before Islam they were clean, and after Islam became dirty?
No, they were permissible.
Okay, but listen what happened.
Just like alcohol.
Okay. Well, it says here that, according to the story here, that the dog, he opened his arms. Do dogs have arms?
No, they don't.
Okay. So the dog, he stand in the front of the cave, and he opened his arms to do what exactly?
Yeah. Okay.
No, I will tell you what, to guard them, correct? Okay, but this is an army. I mean, an army following those people, and the dog will stop the army?
No, it will alert them.
Huh?
You know, it will alert them.
But if he alert them, he will alert the army too.
Yes, but it gives them opportunity to run away.
They are inside the cave. They can't run away.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That makes sense.
What happened, my friend, the Arabic word is not kalbahum, is kali'ahum. Kali'ahum. They're a provider. This is an angel. An angel in the Aramaic story, there's an angel. He opened his arms to blockade the cave. Angel can protect them. Doesn't matter how big the army is. Do we agree?
Yep.
So here it says kali'ahum, not kalbahum. Kali'ahum mean they're a provider, they're a protector, and that is an angel. The one who wrote the story, obviously, is written in Aramaic. He got confused. He thought that this is kalbahum. And actually, even some Islamic interpretation, let me see if I can find some for you, says this is the same. It was kali'ahum, not kalbahum. Here we go. Let us see. If you go to different verse, let me show you here.
Okay.
Chapter 21, verse number 42. What is the Arabic word here?
Sorry, are you sharing it on YouTube or?
No, this is in Quran. Chapter 21, verse number 42. Do you know how to read it?
Sorry, are you sharing your screen or not?
Yeah, I'm showing your screen. Yeah.
Okay, I can't see it yet. Give me a second. In the meantime, I'll open up the Quran on my side. So you said it was 21?
Chapter 21, verse number 42.
Okay. Tell them, O Muhammad, who protects you during the night or the day from the most compassionate Lord.
Okay,
And yet,
what is the word? What is the word protect you here? The same word we're talking about. Look at it. This is the Arabic word. So this word became a dog. So how Muslims even they understand their book? Where they get their reference from? Simply, the Quran is full of Aramaic words. They have no idea what they mean, and it was confusing. There is no dots. There is no tashkil. There is nothing. So okay, you know what? This is maybe Kalbahum, but it's not Kalbahum. It's their provider, their protector. Actually, there's a reading of the Quran. You know, the Quran have many reading, correct?
Sorry, say that again.
There is many reading for the Quran, correct?
Yes, that's true.
All right. If you go as an example,
yeah,
do you
sorry.
know Tafsir Ibn Hayyan or whatever Al-Andalusi or Adwa al-Bayan fi Tafsir al-Quran? You know, there's many tafsir. They will tell you that there is a reading. It says وَكَالِئَهُمْ. Let me show you. Here we go. This is Adwa al-Bayan fi Tafsir al-Quran. It says here, let us see. The page is very hard to show. Okay, let's show you here. This is Tafsir Ibn Hayyan. It says, وَكَلْبُهُمْ بَاسِطٌ ذِرَاعَيْهِ بِالْوَصِيدِ وَقِرَاءَةٌ وَكَالِئَهُمْ بَاسِطٌ ذِرَاعَيْهِ. So there is different reading for the Quran. Which one? It says كَالِئَهُمْ, not كَلْبَهُمْ. There's a huge difference between their dog and their provider or their protector, which is the angel. So the angel, he opened his arms. That makes sense. He had opened his wings to protect them. He's an angel. And he is standing firm to protect them if in case of the army is coming, not a dog. The dog, actually, they should hide the dog because the dog will bark. And if he barks, the army will hear. You know, they are in a cave. They can watch from the small hole of the cave. They do not need a dog to arm them, you know. But if they have the dog barking, maybe even he will chase the soldiers. Hey, I'm here. You know. So the dog is not useful now. But the truth is that this is Kaliyahum. And this is one of the things too about Muhammad. What kind of God he sent him 7 reading? What do you think about this? You claim that your prophet is a prophet. Did Allah send Musa's? You Muslim, you claim Musa's is a Muslim, right? Okay, did Allah send 7 Torahs to Musa's?
No.
Okay, why? Why he did not send 7 Torahs to Musa's, but he sent 7 Quran to Muhammad?
Yeah, this is a good question. Yeah.
No, your prophet explained. He says, "My people are not capable." Is that correct?
No, I know this reference, but I mean, it's a good question because that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense. That means you don't agree Muhammad is a prophet.
No, I didn't say that.
Well, you just said it doesn't make sense. Right? And do you know what happened now if we believe that Muhammad, he received Quran in 7 Quran? Think with me. I'm showing you the hadith in front of you. I'm showing you the hadith.
Sorry, let me just read it. The Prophet was present at the pool of Bani Qifr. Jibreel came to him and said, oh, sorry. You're changing it?
Yeah, because there's many. You know, I just opened the one have more full story. Some of them, they are very short. Some of them, they give more details.
Yeah, okay, let's stick with the short one then. No problem.
Yeah, go read this one. It's on the screen.
Yeah, you're still moving it? I think there's a delay.
Yeah.
Allah has commanded you to recite to your people the Quran in one dialect. Upon this, he said, I ask from Allah pardon and forgiveness. My people are not capable of doing it. He then came for a second time and said, Allah has commanded you that you should recite the Quran to your people in 2 dialects. Upon this, he again said, I seek pardon and forgiveness from Allah. My people will not be able to do so. He came for the 3rd time and said, Allah has commanded you to recite the Quran in 3 dialects. Can you scroll down a bit, sorry?
So what is the excuse? He want more Quran?
No. The excuse here is that the people
Are not capable, correct?
capable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Capable mean what? What do you think? Quran? Quran is a language, correct?
Quran is a language, yes.
Language. Okay, it's a word. So people are not capable of what? Obviously understanding, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how the Muslim they say that the Quran is a perfectly made by Allah, and Allah is the best author, and who can make Quran like this Quran? The Quran say, and then we find that I need to write my book, rewrite my book 7 times. I wrote it first time, people don't understand. Then I wrote it second time, in different way, still people don't understand. So I wrote it 3rd time, and then still they don't understand. Habibi, Christian Prince, Habibi, your book is, we cannot understand Habibi. So Christian Prince, you write it 4th time. Is it okay 4th time? No, Habibi, we don't understand Habibi. Okay, 5th time? No, we don't understand. 6th time? No. 7th time? So Allah, he had to rewrite his book 7 times in order to make his words clear. That is the worst author ever in history. Are you there, Yaqub?
Yeah, I'm here.
He needed to write the Quran 7 times so people, they might understand. And who is the one giving advice? Muhammad. The one who do not know even how to write, how to read. I mean, this is God, this is a man, he's a prophet. How come Jesus did not receive the Injil 7 times and his people don't understand? And what kind of God he cannot write his book to make it clear from the first time?
Okay.
And you know, hold on. If I ask you right now, are you don't the Muslim claim now that the Quran is so clear, and most of them they use the Quran of Hafs?
Yes, we use the Quran of Hafs.
Okay, if the Muslim they claim that the Quran of Hafs is perfect and we understand it very well, so why Muhammad keep asking for more Quran and my people are not capable? Imagine a person who speaks Arabic is born in the Middle East, not a foreigner. He needs 7 Quran to understand the Quran. A guy from Pakistan, he do not know Arabic. He don't speak Arabic. He never heard of Arabic, and he tell us, brother and sister, Quran is very clear. And you read the Quran, you understand it very well. Because Allah, he opened your chest. But the Prophet himself, he said that nobody understands the Quran. Even the Quran say itself that there is a part of the Quran, nobody knows what it means, save Allah. So what the point of rewriting the book 7 times and still we do not understand what he's saying?
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. It's a very strong point. Very strong point.
Yeah, but so very strong point. But are you still a strong Muslim?
So okay. Right. The the Quran says that ask the Prophet to consult with the Christians and Jews about many things, right?
No, not consult. No, not consult.
To verify. So.
No, my friend. The verse says, "In kunta fi shakkin," correct? Okay, what shak mean?
Doubt.
Exactly. There's a huge difference between consult and doubt, if you have a doubt, go and ask the Christian. So the one who confirmed that this is from God or not is the Christians.
Okay, so let me ask you then this then. So what does Christians think of the Prophet?
You know the answer. They rejected him. So, and why a prophet, he have a doubt about what was revealed to him? What kind of a prophet? If the prophet himself, he is not sure. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Like the prophet who bring me a religion, he himself is not sure, and then he is God. Because if the Christian already rejecting Muhammad, why he is asking Muhammad, and he is actually labeling Muhammad that he is a person who have adopted, and the Muslim, they try to fix it. They say, it doesn't say he have adopted. It doesn't say. It says if he have. No, our friend, Allah, he knew. Allah, he don't speak for no reason. Allah is God, supposedly, correct? So why he will say to him, if you have a doubt about what we revealed, if the guy he don't have, you know, I mean, if proven to me that this God is not God, because if I am God, the word if is not in my dictionary. What if? If what?
Okay, but look, when he went and spoke to the Christians and the Jews,
They laugh
of
at
his
him.
time.
They laugh at him.
And do you have evidence for that?
Sure, you know, the Quran is full of evidence. You know, thanks to Allah, you know, who wrote the book 7 times. You know.
Oh yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and you know, when a Muslim he says to me, "Do you have evidence?" I find myself really, I cannot stop myself from laughing, because the Quran says the Christian are lost, the Jews are lost, and then the Quran says if you want to confirm what revealed to you, go to the Christians. It's like telling somebody, if you lost your way, go to the one whose GPS is broken. I mean, aren't we the one is lost? Aren't we the one we are lost in the chapter of Al-Fatiha? So yeah. How in the world you say to Muhammad, go and ask the Christian and the Jews? I mean, what? Go and you should ask them to ask the Hindu. Maybe that better.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, when the Muslims they come to us and they say the word prophet, I don't know what they are talking about. Who is the prophet we are talking about? As an example, you see, if I say to you, I saw a video of a person, a Muslim, he says, the Bible written by John who? Peter who? Mark who? Okay, I want to go by this. We can give you all the reference about those people. But I want to ask you, the Quran is given to us by Muhammad. Muhammad who?
What do you mean Muhammad here?
Who is Muhammad?
Ibn Abdullah.
Where do you get the name from?
I got it, to be honest, from...
Or what the Quran says to us, there's a guy, his name is Muhammad.
Is that from the Quran? I got it from the... It's from
exactly. They say to us, okay, who? Okay, when the Bible speak about Jesus, speak about his born where, who is his mother, who is the grandfather, the father of Mary, the grandfather of Mary, blah, 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 all the way, you know.
But you see, you're missing the point here. You see, that's the point you're missing. The Bible, the Gospels are written as testimonies, eyewitness account.
Okay, I will go with you. I will go with you. Let us give you an example. You cannot answer. The Quran mentioned someone. His name is Israel. Who is Israel?
But sorry, just one thing. The Quran was revealed in recitations, verses by verses, and in many cases it was revealed in, let's say, in all cases it was revealed in situations that the Prophet was in. Okay. So yeah, what was your question about Israel?
That will not change anything. Still, who is Muhammad? Shouldn't you tell me? You know, when you don't this God, he knew that this book will be sent to nations around the world. And he need to introduce Muhammad. So Muhammad, he says, the one who wrote the hadith, erase it. Correct? Okay. So if you Muslims, you follow the advice of Muhammad, then you will not know anything about this person. You Muslims, you call him Muhammad ibn Abdullah. Because he said you erase it. Which means erase all the history of Muhammad. You keep only the Quran. So the Quran says Muhammad. But who is Muhammad, we do not know. Who is his parents, we don't know.
What we know from the Quran is that he is the messenger of God.
Okay.
That's what we know.
Exactly.
Mhm.
But who is the one who said that he is a messenger of God? Muhammad.
If we take it from the Quranic, from the Muslim perspective, it would be Allah said that, right?
No, because he did not have any witnesses that Allah spoke to him. Do he?
He does not know.
Okay. If in case of adultery, you have to have 4 witnesses, correct?
For idolatry, yes. Mhm.
Okay. And you have to, excuse my language, you have to see the private part of the male going inside the private part of the female. Is that correct? Okay.
Yep.
So how come in a case and we need 4 witnesses, but in the case of God he have zero witnesses? So now a guy, he want to make us follow him by hundreds of millions. He have 0 witnesses for anything. Even when he went to heaven, who Aisha, she said, he went by his soul, not by his body. But the Muslim, they claim that he went by his body. So which one?
So who said that?
Aisha, she said, "Usriya bi ruhihi." He went there because he was next to her in the bed. He did not go by his body. So
hold on a second. Aisha couldn't have said that because this will happen in Mecca, right? Aisha got married in just after Hijrah.
well,
You mean
my
Khadija,
friend,
right?
maybe Aisha, she is telling what she knew previously, but Aisha, well, Aisha, she was with him in Mecca too, no?
No. Do you have the reference for this? Sorry.
Let us see. Hold on. And even if Aisha was not there, Aisha, maybe she is reporting what she heard from the previous wife or from the previous people. Or Muhammad, he says to her, here we go. And this is a proof that Aisha, actually, she was next to him in the bed. Let us see what the hadith says. Let me show you. Okay, this is Kitab al-Sirah. Okay, let me show you the reference. Kitab al-Sirah, As-Sayyida Aisha al-Mu'mineen.
You're sharing it on your screen, right? Sorry.
Yeah, it's in the screen. And now I will go down and I will use Google translation, but let us see the Arabic first.
Just give it a second because it's delayed for me.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
It says, here we go. It says, ما فقدت جسد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ولكن أسري بروحه. Reference number 3. What does that mean? I did not miss his body. That means she was next to him, not as you said.
So who said this?
Aisha.
Okay.
Right? But he went up to heaven by his body. Use Google translation. And I can give you the link.
Please do. Please do.
Yeah. So here, number 3. Let us go to number 3. Number 3. Yeah. I did not lose his body. This is Google translation, as you know. I did not lose his body, the body of Messenger of Allah. God the prayer and peace upon him, but he was taken by his spirit, going up. You see it?
Let's give a few seconds. Sorry, it's delayed. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just trends. I can see you're going to translate now. Okay.
Ibn Ishaq, he mentioned that Aisha.
Yeah, so I can see now. So
okay, he used to say that he have a spiritual journey, right? And this is the hadith. It says, I did not.
Prophet, may God prayers and peace be upon him, said. Sorry, can you just scroll up so I can see the full hadith?
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's not.
Well, this is the hadith. Actually, start from here because they are quoting different hadith. Here, this is different hadith. Here is different hadith. So those are reference. This is the whole article. And here it says, biography of the Lady Aisha, the mother of the believers. And here you go down, page number, I think this is page number 282, and you go down to number 3. It says,
yeah, okay, I found it here on my computer as well.
All right.
Okay, and that's fine. Okay, no. Okay, I accept it. I accept that this is what it says.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's no witnesses. It was what? I can say I went up to heaven by spirit, and all this story is a fiction story. It is a dream. It's not true. And actually, if we go right now to the Quran, you see the Quran written 7 times in order to make it clear, correct? correct? Okay.
So, yeah.
Where is the verse in the Quran it says that Muhammad was taken to heaven? Nowhere. It says, Usriya bi abdi, who is the one? Where? It did not even say to him, he took him to heaven.
No, he said they took him from, if you're referring to the Quran, if we go strictly by the Quran, he took him from Mecca to Al-Aqsa.
So did Allah lie?
No, he just didn't mention it. The Prophet
Why he
mentioned
did not mention it? I mean, this is very funny. Which one is more important journey? To go up to the seventh heaven or to go a few kilometers away to Jerusalem? So the God of Islam, he did not mention that Muhammad, he went to heaven. Nowhere. It says that Allah, he took him to Al-Aqsa Mosque. By the way, there's no Aqsa. What Aqsa? And how we know that this is in Jerusalem? How we know that Aqsa is in Jerusalem? Aqsa is the farther point, and Jerusalem is not far. It's not far. So the Quran never says that Allah took him to heaven. And you need to ask yourself, why in the world such a thing is not mentioned? If it's true. He is the one who brought this verse, and Allah gave it to him to tell them what happened. But as you see, Allah just took him to the mosque. Which mosque? Nobody knows. It says Al-Aqsa. Where is that? At that time, the Muslims did not know what that means.
Do you have reference for that?
It's in front of you. It says Al-Aqsa. What Al-Aqsa? There's no Aqsa. At that time, the ground was occupied by the Roman. There was a mosque. It's called Al-Aqsa in the time of the Roman. That is funny.
No, but look, you see, it's not the mosque. It's like the sacred area, like how
my friend. No, it says Al-Masjid. It says Al-Masjid. Al-Masjid is a mosque. Yeah, it doesn't say. Right. It's not say a holy ground. Or it says, you know, a mosque. So, so as you see, even Allah did not witness that Muhammad, he went to seventh heaven. Allah, he have time to tell us about the conversation between Mrs. Ant and Mr. Solomon. When the ant, she saw Solomon, she told her friend, run, run, Mr. Please run, because Solomon, his army is coming. So Allah have time to tell us about the ant conversation with the ants, but you don't have time to tell us what happened in this heaven in the Quran. You have time to tell us any woman she can give herself to the prophets of her, but you don't have time to tell us about the journey. What happened? How he took him? Where? When? Nothing. All what we see. Praise be to Allah. Allah saying praise be to Allah. I never heard of a God. He's so, you know, praise be to CP.
Yes, but you have to remember the context in which the Quran is revealed. But I get your point on.
My friend, is that a message from God, or this is a message from a man? If it's a message from man, I can understand why it's not perfect. And as long what is preserved is the Quran, it's not the Hadith, correct?
The Quran is preserved, yes.
Okay, so the preserved Quran is the Quran, not the Hadith. Then how in the world now we will know what happened? As long the Hadith is always suspicious. What happened there? How in the world we will know what happened? Who is the one? Actually, shouldn't he say at least who is the one who took who? Who took who?
What do you mean by who took who?
Who took this? Who is this guy? You know, it doesn't say even Allah. It says a glory, but doesn't say Allah. Subhanalladhi asra. Okay, glory to the one who took his servant. Who is the one who took his servant? And who is the servant? If the one is talking is Allah, why Allah says Subhana to himself? You Muslim, you say how Jesus, he prayed to the Father, correct?
Yep.
So he is praying to the Father, he the Son, the Father. Makes sense. Here, Allah is saying Subhana. Subhana is not a glory, by the way. Subhana is a praise be, you know.
Yeah, it's praise.
Okay.
You're right.
So Subhana is a praise be to who? If Allah is talking,
he's talking to himself.
That's weird. Allah saying Subhana to himself. Isn't it obvious that this is a guy is making Quran and he's talking about what happened? Like, okay,
no, but you see actually 1 second. But as God is revealing it to Muhammad through him, so Muhammad becomes the mouthpiece. So as Muhammad is saying it, it makes sense.
No, no.
But it does, because otherwise, how can God
No.
say through Muhammad
No.
saying,
You see,
I
if
am
if the
worthy.
one if the
See what
one
I'm
is
saying?
revealing it, the one is revealing it, is Allah saying to him, say, pray like this, then it makes sense. But if Allah still is the one who's talking, that will not make sense. The one who's talking is still Allah. So,
Sorry, sir. What do you mean? Can you give me an example? How would you have written it?
okay, in the Quran itself, we have many times where the Quran says say, correct? Say. Okay.
Yeah.
So say, that makes sense because he is saying to him, say, glory to Allah. That's wonderful. But when Allah, he don't say, he is the one is talking and he is not asking you to say, even though you are going to say it, correct?
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
So he is the person is talking. He is not asking you to speak for him. He is speaking to you. Correct? Okay, so he did not say, he say, praise be to who? To the one who took his servant. The Muslim between two brackets, they put Allah. Why Allah want to say praise be to the one who took his servant? Who is praising Allah? Allah. Why Allah is praising Allah if he is one God?
Okay, I'm gonna note this down as well. Yeah.
So when you say to me, Yaqub, that's why you don't accept Muhammad as a prophet, all of this is a shish kebab. I mean, why this guy, he have miracles, and those miracles cannot be found anywhere? Isn't it the Quran said? That's Muhammad. We refrain from sending miracle to him. So, but this is a miracle. He refrained or not? And if we go and check the order of the verses, we will see they don't match. Because I want to focus with me a second. Here it says, do you see the surprise I'm showing you now?
No, because it's a delay, sorry.
Chapter 17, verse number 59 says what? We refrain from sending miracles to Muhammad, correct?
Nothing hinders us from sending our signs except that the people of old times rejected them as lies. Okay.
But how in the world this happened? This is the same chapter says Allah, he took him to heaven. Or he took him to Al-Aqsa. This is not different chapter. This is the same exact chapter. Chapter 17, verse number 1. So 59 verses after, Allah, he says, we never give him signs.
Okay.
I like it. I like it when a Muslim, he laugh at his book. I love it. So the same chapter saying we took him to heaven.
No, I wasn't laughing at the book.
You were laughing, Yaqub. Come on. You are afraid from the Muslim will be upset from you. It's okay. It's okay.
No, you're right. You're right. I was laughing. Okay.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Right. So how he say in the beginning of the chapter, glory to Allah, the one who took his servant to journey in Aqsa. And this is supposed to be a miracle. And then we scroll down in the same page. We did not even go to different chapter. It says we refrain from giving him signs. Like, did you refrain or you did not? I mean, this guy, he forgot what he did.
Okay. Look, what I'm gonna do is this. I think you made your case very strong. To be honest. I'm going to take these with me. I still am going to push a sheikh to speak to you.
All right. But,
because this has to happen.
Yeah, well, the sheikhs are not going to come because they knew the destiny, my friend. They will lose. And they will say to you, nothing refrain us from debating Christian prince, except the former generation did not believe in our debate. What an excuse. well, the Christian, they believe in the miracle of Jesus. They believe in the miracle of Moses, and this is a false excuse. As simple as that. Okay. All right, Yaqub. It was nice talking to you, my friend. You're a nice person. You're always welcome to join us. And I hope next time you will will be here. He will bring us some shakes so we can shake the world around. All right?
Okay, just if I find a field, I will give you a call, but I will try my very best to find to speak to you.
All right, my friend. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
See, guys, seeking truth requires humility and a heart willing to listen. In a world of many voices, wisdom invites us to look deeper and weigh all things with patience and sincerity. Scripture says, the wisdom from above is first pure, James 3:17, reminding us that genuine truth brings peace, not confusion. To examine truth is also to examine ourselves. As the psalmist prayed, "Search me, O God, and know my heart." Psalm 139:23. We learn that real understanding begins within. When our motives are honest and our hearts are open, truth not only enlightens our minds, but shapes our character with grace and integrity. So anyway, guys, thank you all for being in here. Please don't forget to watch, like, and share our videos. Thank you all. God bless you. Bye-bye.